Welcome to Fantasy Author Reacts. I'm your fantasy author for the day, Jacob Penrod, and today we are reacting to Falsettos. We are in Act 2. We just finished a baseball game, I believe. Jason, not the best at baseball, but it's been a good time. I'm excited to see what comes of this, and we've been setting up Jason's bar mitzvah as being narratively important, with a very clear focus driving it. And I'm curious to see how that's explored. I do have a sinking feeling that something darker is happening, just with some of the word choice and some of the staging decisions and structure. I don't quite know what it is, though. But I do have a sinking feeling. Like I said, my name is Jacob Penrod. I'm a fantasy author. I wrote this, The Seven Rangers, Volume 1, Harvest. And okay, I've talked about the plot a decent amount by this point. I'm not going to give you a plot recap right now, but just check out this art. My artist did such a good job. I mean, if you just want good looking art on a book, I mean, what more can you ask for? Oh gosh, I geek out about it. It's my phone screensaver. Anyway, real fast summaries. It's a story of an isolated island people who are attacked by an army of angels and they have to defend. If you like found family stories, if you like stories about fighting against all odds, check it out. But until then, let's go ahead and get into Falsettos. Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
A day in Falsetto land. Dr. Mendel at work. I don't get it.
So he still works.
I don't understand.
He could be talking about a lot of things. I love Mendel, but yeah, he could be talking about a lot of things.
In the 60s, everyone had heart. In the 60s, we were all a part of the same team. In the 60s, we had a new world to start. Could this, oh God, don't say it is, could this be the new world we started? Here I sit, brokenhearted and...
You go out on the street and there's all these people asking for a handout. Then you go home, you open up your mail, and it's full of people asking for a donation. Then you turn on the TV, and there's pictures of starving children in Ethiopia.
And how does that make you feel, Diane?
Caroline.
Caroline!
Yes, my name is Caroline.
He tries, and I think that's why I love him. Or maybe, does he try? Why do I love him? Because I wouldn't even say that he's not... Or I wouldn't even say that he's well-intentioned necessarily. But I love Mendel. I love this character. Oh, I could do a whole video analyzing the characters in this. Like a video essay. But yeah, he's longing for the 60s. Famously an inclusive and open time. So I don't know what it is about the 60s that he's longing for. If I knew how old he was, that might help me a little bit.
I don't get it. I've been left behind. Half my patients, yuppie pagans, modeled on the Ronald Reagans. Now the world is too pathetic, and I don't get it at all.
Now that I've got the...
So he's very conservative in the sense, like not necessarily politically, but conservative in the sense that he has these traditional values or like a longing for the good old times. And he wants to protect that. He doesn't necessarily like all the change that's happening.
The promotion, can I finally stop sleeping with my boss?
Time's up.
You got no place to talk, Mendel.
You always do this.
Bad therapist.
At least there's Trina at home, Trina
So-
in bed, Trina obsessing and sort of caressing my head with her feet. I once thought it was sweet.
So my wife pointed this out to me as she was editing, but Trina's wardrobe changed after she got with Mendel from being kind of more vibrant to very muted and much more traditionally housewifey. And she interpreted that to be a wardrobe indication that she's not actually happy with Mendel And I feel like that's been hinted at in a few of the songs as well, where they both needed an escape from the lives that they were in. And I don't necessarily know that they're the answer inherently, but maybe they could be built into the answer for it. I don't know.
But I don't anymore. Now I just snore, 'cause I'm so exhausted listening to these yuppie farts complain.
He seems burned
Listening as
out.
their shallow hearts explain their lives.
Trina works it out. Marvin's back with Whizzer.
Okay.
Just like how it was. If I don't like Whizzer, it's because my ex sure does. Why should that upset
So-
me? Sometimes I'm elapsed. Mendel serenades and
It's got to be hard to sing consistently when you're working out like that. But this is interesting. So she talked about in I'm Breaking Down, Whizzer being her enemy, and now we see more resentment. But it's not actually about Whizzer. It's about Marvin and what it represents.
Jason calms me. Why should I be wilting when that precious love is not in doubt? Work it out.
The neighbors relax after work. How was your day
At the hospital, unbelievable. What is that smell?
Nouvelle bar mitzvah cuisine. I've been practicing cuisine bar mitzvah nouvelle. Well,
So she's I wonder if she's consistently not a good cook. But that's a little indication to me. I think it's saying that they aren't Jewish. And so it's cuisine that is she's not used to cooking.
How was your day?
It was terrible. Did you hear that Marvin's back with Whizzer? Marvin's back with Whizzer.
Drop it, sweetheart. Give it up. You know I love you. What's the matter, Trina, darling?
This is interesting because we're seeing some parallels between the characters, especially between Mendel and I'm gonna have to talk it out to see if it's Whizzer or Marvin that he's being a parallel to. So Marvin wanted a family, but left his family and went to Whizzer and then tried to force Whizzer into kind of a more feminine role and like traditionally feminine role and wanted vulnerability from him without giving it himself. But then Whizzer was like, hey, you got one foot out the door still. Like, you're kind of just using me. Why can't you just leave it be? And now Mendel, he is like, why are you still upset about your ex? You're with me now. Isn't that enough? And to me, that's just insecurity talking. Where like, of course, it's the father of her child. Of course she's going to be upset by it. And she wasn't even that upset. She was just venting. But I think that he's taking it as a slight of like, don't I love you enough? Like, why would you possibly be upset about this?
I don't get it. Why can't you let go?
Maybe in a mile I'll be okay. I'll be happy when we finally have this bar mitzvah.
Isn't it enough? I want you every night.
Who?
Every other night?
Me?
Every third night? Okay, let's drop it. Everything will be all right.
Everything will be all right.
Everything will be all right.
How
Interesting.
was your day at the hospital?
It was wonderful. For the first time in months, nobody died.
That's good. Oh, that's a fun little characterization thing where showing someone get genuinely happy over it's not something that's small, but like the natural reaction is, geez, why are people dying? As opposed to, I mean, it's a hospital, but as opposed to, oh, that's awesome, and it just immediately endears me toward this character. That's fun.
There were just tacks and gallstones, light bulbs up the ass.
Just oh gosh, light bulbs up the ass. There, there's some joke. I don't even know what it was. I think it might have been Norm Macdonald, not to reference him twice in one series. But he was like, Thomas Edison might have invented the light bulb, but I invented the light bulb up the ass. Anyway, why is it the AIDS crisis? Is that what is contrasting, making heart attacks seem benign?
Fake appendicitis, which was gas, which I diagnosed. People overdosed and I saved them. I saved young people, old people, one priest and one high school principal. Saving lives, I feel invincible. Yes, I do. Do you know how great my life is?
See, it's fun, nice seeing characters take passion in what they do and being competent at it. If you're trying to make a character likable, like there's a fine line between making them too competent and then all of a sudden they feel like a Mary Sue versus just this is a character who's good at what they do and it's fun to watch people be good at what they do.
Do you know how great my life is? Saving lives and loving you.
Oh.
She saves lives and I save chicken fat. How am I supposed to deal with that?
Do you know?
Oh, so kind of feeling inadequate as well, where I don't know their names yet, but the blonde one, she's like, okay, well, there's this other person in my life who's very important to me, and she's making real change. All I'm doing is like saving chicken fat. This almost, so author brain going off a little bit here, almost feels a bit like a call to action, or not call to action. What's the term? It's that beat in Star Wars where he's like, "Oh, I'm just a simple farmer. Like, what can I do?" And it makes me think that this character is going to really step up. That's just me reading into one line of dialogue, but we'll see.
My life, do you know how great my life is? Do you know how great my life is? Everything will be alright. Lives and loving you.
Oh, they are so cute.
Lives and loving you.
It bounced twice.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, once, then twice. You
So
know.
back to playing games with Whizzer and Marvin.
Did.
That's not nice.
No, it isn't, but you're a pain in the ass.
You're a beast, but at least when you play me, you win. Yeah,
You give up.
I perspire.
Where's the heat? Where's the fire? Used to be you desire to fight.
So he's not trying to win at all costs anymore? Has he changed? Or is he just given up?
fight.
So play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, that's cool. That was cool choreography. It reminds me of the Death Note musical. They have this number called Playing Your Game, and it's set in the choreography to a tennis match. And so it's like, time to rethink and begin with a brand new game plan. And so like every beat, they're hitting it. And oh gosh, I love Death Note the musical.
Lucky dink.
I'm finessing.
Something stinks in how you play.
Don't you think it's a blessing? I'm so pathetically bad.
Just stay back, serve with force. I'll attack, and of course, I will win. Just get in to bliss and kiss. Come on.
Let's go. Do you know?
Down the alley.
All I want is you.
Low drive.
That's so cool.
Ceiling shot. Into the corner.
Yes, it's
Four walls.
So Marvin saying everything that I want is you, because he's not cemented in the relationship yet, I think. So he's still playing the part of being accommodating and doting, and I don't fully trust it yet. I don't know if that's gonna stick. Oh, but they're making Whizzer so likable, and that scares the writer brain in me. It scares me.
All I want is you. What?
Hit your shoe.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. The game is through.
That's not nice.
No, it isn't.
God, you're a pain in the ass.
Play it raw, don't play pretty. Sex and games in New York City have gotta be played with
I don't
flair
trust this.
and passion and flair. Do you know?
This storyline, the plot line here with Whizzer is he's too likable for this musical, and I don't know what they're doing with that, but it's freaking me out. Oh. They made this lesbian couple so likable so quickly, and I'm curious how they did that. Oh, she is so pretty. Okay. Sorry, got distracted there. All right. So something's about to go wrong. Or maybe they're just gonna groove. No, nope, don't trust it. You don't get to say everything will be all right in a musical that does things like this musical does. Something is about to go very wrong. In storytelling, there's a lot of different a lot of different structures you can fit your story onto. Whether that's something like the hero's journey, or Save the Cat, or Meander, Spiral, Explode if you're more experimental, which the last act did a bit more. But the general idea of storytelling is you kind of storytell in waves, where you have something that starts the wave, you build it up, you hit a peak, you pull it back, you get that little curly cue at the top of the wave. I don't know if waves actually have that. I bet they do. And then it kind of comes back out, you come on the other side. And that's kind of how you shape a scene. That's how you shape a story beat. And so when you have a greater story, you got one wave that builds up to another wave, and then you got this big wave made of smaller waves. And this feels to me like we are hitting the top of a wave and we're about to curl back on it. And something sad is going to happen, or upsetting, maybe something with Jason. No, my eyes are on Whizzer. Because he's too likable. Maybe I'm just paranoid.
Look at me. I'm world-class traveler each Friday night. Travel from her house to his house. First take the 104 with my computer. I'm just a little kid, not a commuter. And each Sunday night, mother comes to get me and I hear them fight. Everybody...
Something happened on a writing level that I don't understand, which is he rhymed computer with commuter and people laughed. And I think they were just laughing at the rhyme, but why is that funny? Why is rhyming computer with commuter so funny? Maybe just because it fits and it's such a close rhyme? Like, I thought it was funny too, but I don't understand why. If you understand comedy writing better than me, what was that? Was it just like dad joke level, or what happened there? Sorry, I don't have a good answer. It's just something I noticed.
Computer, I'm just a little kid, not a commuter. And each Sunday night, mother comes to get me and I hear them fight. Everybody's yelling about the bar mitzvah. It's not a wrestling match, why are they sweating? It's not a funeral, what's so upsetting? It's a celebration where I get presents, but everybody's yelling and everybody's ruining it.
So that's interesting, because we've seen how every other character views the bar mitzvah, and now we're getting Jason's view, where it's a celebration, it's a time to have fun, and it's going to be about him. Like, he gets presents and he gets things. And again, going to the concept of wave-shaped storytelling, I think that's going to be pulled back just a little bit in some way. And by having that pullback, by shaping your story like little waves, you get character arcs. But he could also, sorry, I'm just trying to piece this together, not to predict it, but to understand the architecture of what we're actually dealing with here. He could also be like a paragon character, a character who's static and doesn't have a character arc, because he's served as such a good straight man to all of this that all of the other characters reflect off of. So I could see Jason having a compelling character arc, or I could see his lack of character arc being the point, and I don't know what direction they're going to take it.
It's a celebration where I get richer, but everybody's yelling and everybody's ruining it. Everybody's ruining it. Why?
Yeah.
Why? What have I done that they ruin my bar mitzvah? What have I done that they ruin your bar mitzvah?
I want the apple bombs. They're lovely and they like me.
They're boring. She just likes the way you dress.
Well, who wouldn't?
Have the apple bombs.
Screw the apple bombs.
Don't do this.
Mendel is so dissatisfied.
Saul's a jerk.
Have them.
Nix them.
Long live the apple bombs. Arguing takes work.
I hate this.
Blame her. It is all a waste.
You're gonna blame.
Damn, okay. Yeah, Marvin is still an ass. And I feel for Trina. But both of them are trying to make it their bar mitzvah rather than figuring out what actually matters to Jason and catering it around that. Except with the exception of Mendel, who I don't know if actually cares about making it better for Jason, or he's just disillusioned with bar mitzvahs and doesn't want to think about it. And I think that might be it, because he seems very burned out, kind of across the board. Yeah.
Blame me. You have paintings of dicks. Don't talk to me about taste.
Stop! I don't want a bar mitzvah. Okay? I don't want a bar mitzvah.
So he'd rather have no bar mitzvah.
You don't want a bar mitzvah? What do you mean you don't want a bar mitzvah? How do you think we feel about that?
See, immediately making it about them.
Okay. Here we go. All right. Over here, please.
Oh, I love Mendel.
Jason, I am agitato grande, Jason. I am muy discutante and muy disappointe and muy nauseatus and mi mitzrayim hotzianu daenu. Okay.
So that did an interesting thing with the writing, where he was speaking different languages. Presumably, I don't know if they were actually accurate, but they used words that sound similar to their English counterparts, so you could still follow what he was trying to express, even though you're still getting the effect of him oscillating between these languages.
Hotzianu daenu. Okay. Everyone hates his parents. Don't be ashamed. You'll grow up. You'll come through. You'll have kids, and they'll hate you too. Oh,
Everybody hates his parents.
everyone hates his parents, but I confess, you grow up, you get old, you hate less.
But I don't want it. Nothing that gives them pleasure I'll do. I don't want a bar mitzvah. Stupid bar mitzvah. Any bar mitzvah would do.
Okay, this is interesting because I'm realizing that Mendel and Whizzer, actually maybe all of the characters except Marvin and Trina, they'll actually talk with Jason like a person rather than shaping him in the same capacity, at least. Like Marvin tries to, Mendel tries to figure out what's going on, at least to some degree. He's still not fully listening, but I don't know that Mendel does fully listening.
Everyone hates his parents. That's in the Torah. It's what history shows. In fact, God said to Moses, Moses, everyone hates his parents. That's how it is. And God knew because God hated his.
You are gonna kill your mother. Don't feel guilty. Kill your mother.
Stop with the death language. You're freaking me out.
Rather than humiliate her, killing Your mother is the merciful thing to do.
What about, like, what kind of guilt tripping shit is this?
I'm right here and at your service. Look, I'm common, self-deluded, grateful, 'cause I hope you'll do what I pray you'll do.
Go ahead and kill your mother.
Not with
Oh my
guns, but
God.
kill your mother
Rather than humiliate her killing, your mother is the merciful thing to do.
What kind of
Oh my
pressure
God.
is this? Yeah, no kidding. So that was actually a really necessary beat in the writing, I think, is having him come in and say, "Oh my God," because they were like, that was pretty disastrous parenting. And by having the show acknowledge that fact via Mendel, it lets us know it's okay. Like, the story is still in control. We're not actually co-signing this, not in a way that, like, you don't always need to flag any kind of problematic element you have and be like, wink wink, I know this is bad. But I keep coming back to this concept of writing being like a bank, where you can take things in, or take things out and put things in, and you have to build up a certain amount of trust. And when you have a unlikable act like that, it kind of pulls out some of the trust. And by acknowledging it, you put just a little bit back in. So you don't always need to acknowledge it, but you do need to keep in mind the amount that you're taking out so that you can compensate it later on.
Everyone hates his parents, now I see why. But in time, they'll cool out, and you'll think they were only fooling. It's a strange thing about parents. Push turns to shove. What was hate becomes more or less love.
Jason, please see a psychiatrist.
I'm a psychiatrist. Get lost. Call the apple bombs, work it out, pick out a gorgeous centerpiece. Thank you.
See, I like him because he's standing up for Jason. Like, he's a bad doctor, and he is a bad therapist, and he's kind of just bad. But he does good things in the sense that he helps the character who doesn't have a voice. Like, he serves his voice. And when we think of the "Why Don't You Feel All Right for the Rest of Your Life," that song, it's interesting because the advice wasn't good, but he was actually engaging with Jason as a person. And I think that helps anchor this otherwise kind of grimy, incompetent character who I absolutely adore. The failed
hates
cartwheel.
his parents, this too shall pass, you'll grow up,
I'll come through, I'll have kids.
and they'll hate you too. Oh, everyone
everyone
hates his parents. But kid, I guess you'll grow up,
I'll grow up,
you'll get old,
I'll get old.
and hate less.
Flip me.
You got
Ooh, that's fun.
less.
Oh, how fun. This seems like a little narrative break. So let's see. I think I've been going about half an hour. That's good for this part. I hope you're all enjoying this. I'm going to keep on rolling, so the next part should be out soon. If you want to see that early, head over to Patreon. And if you're on Patreon, that should be coming lickety-splickety, which is what the cool kids are saying these days. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I am loving this musical, and I'm excited to keep on going. So until then, I'll see you in the next one.